my MakeCode arcade game pick of the week is called Charred Earth. And Charred Earth by Jacob C. is a whole lot like a 90s game called Scorched Earth. And I think I had one on my Apple IIe that was called Salvo. And the idea of this is it's a trajectory-based tank or artillery game where you're finding an enemy, changing the elevation of your turret, choosing how much power to put behind your projectile, and then lobbing it through the air to try to land on your enemy. Enough talk, let's check it out. Okay, so when we start, we can move this camera around using our D-pad controls to try to find the enemy. Boy, this is a sneaky enemy. Where are you? Maybe off to the left. And once we locate them, we're going to switch out of camera mode and instead switch into turret mode. So I believe that's the B key, once I get back to my character here. And now you'll see that as I move the arrow keys, I'm getting a different elevation for the gun turret. So I'm going to pick an angle that I think might reach. And then the power right now is set to 100, and you can increase that with the up arrow key. So I'm going to set this, say, to around 200 or so. And now when I press the space bar or A, it's going to fire a projectile. All right, not bad. So what I'm going to do when it's my turn again, so I'll try it from this guy's perspective. I'll probably just try the same power but a higher angle. Okay, he way overshot. So let's now move to the right just a little with the arrow key. And this is kind of cool. If I want, I can switch back to camera mode to double check where that enemy is, and switch back into firing mode with the E key, which is the B button on the console. And I'll fire again. And oh, just barely overshot. Okay, so this guy is my, you know, when you play a two-player game against yourself, you're really rooting for someone. So let's adjust it just a little more. Let's see if we can hit. Oh, I'm just shy of it. Okay, so you can see how that game goes, and there are a lot of really great things in this, including a custom extension for doing text as images. One feature that I wanted you to look at, or I wanted to talk about in particular, is this use of the camera essentially as a character. So normally we're used to controlling a sprite, but when we are in this mode of moving the camera, this function is called here, and it allows us to center the camera by setting the camera's X position and Y positions based on, and then it's doing a little math to center it by doing half of the screen width and half of the screen height. And then as you press the arrow keys, you're accumulating X change and Y change offsets. So I thought that was a really nice way to give the player control over the camera, and then we can switch modes back to controlling the turret. And so that is the very difficult, but also pretty fun, and you know, it could take some time, but a lot of us have time on our hands. Charred Earth. And so Charred Earth 1.0 by Jacob C. is my MakeCode arcade game pick of the week.